Hey, what's up, y'all? SuperDuperKyle here. Check me out on the Bootleg Kev podcast. All right, real Rams fans only. Yeah.
Not me. Welcome to the Bootleg Kev show. We got a special guest. My guy Kyle is here, man.
Thank you, Kev.
Welcome.
Thank you, Kev.
Yes.
Shouts out to Kev, man. Yeah.
So are we back to independent now?
We're back to independent, bro.
Which is how it all started.
It's how it started. That's home for me. You feel me? Independent is like, that's comfortable. That's how I know how to operate best.
Yeah, I feel like, for people who don't know, you kind of like, there was like a cool wave of like guys like yourself. There was the guy who looked like he should be in like a 50s movie with the glasses, fucking gorgeous looking guy with the hair you would make music with.
Oh, G-Eazy?
No, he was kind of like the G-Eazy that didn't make it.
The G-Eazy that didn't make it. Gorgeous looking guy from the 50s. Oh, you mean DY?
DY.
Yeah.
And then futuristic and like.
You know what? DY though is actually.
He's doing something else.
Yeah,
I just saw he's doing some cool shit.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. DY.
But I just remember like that was kind of like, because I was real cool with futuristic at the time. And so like I would kind of always see your shit and his shit. But like independently, you kind of got it out the mud.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot been going on with you, man.
Yeah.
What brought you back to kind of leaving the major label system and getting back to what you know best?
You know what? For me, it was like when I partnered with, a major, it was a cool experience because it's like, damn, you have this budget for everything you're doing is coming out at like the top tier of things. But you start realizing pretty quickly, like, there's not much that they can do for your music to like explode at this expectation that they've set you at now. You know what I mean? Like really all of my success was organic as fuck. You feel me? Like my marketing advice from people I was working with was to do this. You know what I'm saying? And
it's like, wow, you're getting paid for this?
And they're getting
shit.
They're getting paid a lot for that.
Right.
And
you got to recoup whatever they're getting paid.
Exactly. And so there's no like shade to them at all because my time working with Atlantic was awesome. But I just realized I'm like, oh, financially, it makes way more sense for me to just do this thing myself because that's all they're asking me to do anyways. Just be you and hopefully something pops off. But if it doesn't pop off, we're going to be like, disappointed. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like being independent, I'm getting back to just making music because I think it's cool, not because
I'm chasing
some
record.
sort of smash.
Yeah.
And especially for me, the smash record they want me to chase is like a diamond song. Like, you know what I mean? Like I cannot repeat that success for you at the drop of a dime. And also I don't want to spend the rest of my career trying to repeat that for y'all. You know what I mean?
And then also like just all that goes into that, right? Like in the major label system, they're going to force you into the studio with people
that you don't want to be with and all that.
And then they're going to
shit.
maybe force a song to drop that you might not feel crazy about, but then they put all this fucking money behind it. And then you're like, well, what the fuck? Like I got to fucking, that comes out of my fucking, that adds to my balance.
Yeah. One that's adding to my tab. And then two, it's like really, and me, I'm like, I'm really easy to work with. Like I'm impressionable, right? Like I'm nice, I'm easygoing, and I'm like flowing with it. And now I'm noticing that like the team I've built, is sort of pushing me in a direction that is not necessarily good for me. It's not healthy for me. Like it's not healthy for me as an artist. Like I was put here to make music and to like honestly go against the grain. It just so happened at this one moment in time, me going against the grain became the popular thing. But if you ask anybody who's ever worked with me, I'm always in the studio trying to do whatever is most left. That's just how I operate.
Right.
And so when you have this whole building behind you and it's like, nah, we going left. They're like, no, Kyle, fuck, go right, man, go. Nah, I can't. Was
it like, because when you have a record like iSpy, which is like you said, it's diamond?
It's not diamond, but it's gonna be diamond. It's like 7,
crazy,
going 8 times platinum.
Insane.
And it streams like 250 million times a year.
It's insane. It's like one of those insane hit records.
Anomalies.
And was it like a curse? And I mean, obviously you're gonna love the money, you're gonna love the. I mean, that shit put a lot of money in your pocket. Yeah. But like, is there a curse?
Well, that's the reason I can go independent. I never need to be with. I probably never need to be with a major again because of that song. You know,
it's amazing.
And it's like that's where my true joy is coming from. Me being able to do art the way I want to do it, not because I have to do it in order to make money.
Financial pillow.
Exactly.
Yeah. But do you think like just in terms of like Atlantic's perspective, when that's like your first, I mean, I guess kind of your first record with them, it felt like, and it's like a diamond song. Yeah. It kind of like the expectation now is like.
Exactly.
So it's like no matter what, and you're like, yo, I'm like an artist. I do like cool artistic shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got here for a reason, but now I'm. Those guys are gonna have you be like, yo, well, we got to follow this up
straight up, and that's why I don't like take anything away from them and what they're trying to do. I think just for me, like the situation just no longer fits what brings me joy, and that's what life is about. You feel me? Having as much joy as possible until you finally are no longer here. And I think, yeah, it just didn't add up for bringing me joy anymore because it's like, y'all, one, you're like. Our idea for how to pop this off is just to me to shoot TikToks. Like I can do that on my own, straight up.
Yeah, and thanks for the advice.
Thank you for the advice. Then two, it's like, okay, yeah, that song that y'all want me to follow up is like a once in a generational song. Like, so I can't dedicate the next 5 years of my career to just trying to put that on the board. I'm not gonna have fun. I need to be able to go just do shit I want to do. Without feeling like I'm letting y'all down every time. Like I said, like, now we going left. Fucking Kyle, please, right. Nah, I can't.
It felt like there was a couple of records that you dropped that like felt very forced.
Yeah, you know, and I agree. The thing is with me, I can kind of make any kind of genre of music.
Right.
And that's not like trying to big myself up too much. It's just the truth. You feel me? Like I can go in the studio with any person from any background, any language, anywhere in the world, and I'm gonna make it slap with you. So, like, I'm always down to try some shit, but I'm realizing, I'm trying this and y'all are excited about it because you're just thinking dollar signs, and that's not how art is supposed to be made. You feel me? Like, Quincy Jones told me, and it's the truest thing, the moment you're in the studio and you start thinking about money or you start thinking about financial success, and that's what you're talking about, God gets up and leaves. And if God is not in there making songs with you, what makes you think it's going to be hard?
Facts.
It's not. Everything that's fire in the world is fire because God helped it be lit like that. Like, if he's not in the studio with you making music, it's not going to slap. And the moment you start focusing on money, that shit's not going to slap. So it's like, yo, yeah, just some of those records I felt like we're doing this because I'm so nice and I'm trying to appease this. Y'all just want another massive song. And it's like, I can't spend my time doing that.
And it also, like, obviously the situation was probably very beneficial because when you're on a major, there is a notoriety that comes with that. There is being
and I feel
a lot more
now.
visible. And like, shit, you got into the acting game. The Netflix movie was super dope.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm just trying to remember that. I just remember you puked.
Yeah, it's the after party.
After party. That shit was great.
Yeah, thanks.
It was like realistic too.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like, it was like low key, like a little like Dave-ish before Dave.
Yeah, you know what? It felt very like almost like a biopic or something. But the only thing is, it was really close to my life. But I think that was just the stars aligning. Like the kid's supposed to be mixed, that's one thing. Like his dad's supposed to be in the Marines, that's another thing. It was like the East Coast version of my actual life. You know, his manager being like this other white dude that is his friend from where he's from. It's like Nolan, you know what I mean? It's like very, it's like the New York version of me.
I thought that movie was great. Are you doing more of that? Like, are you going to be doing more acting and stuff? Like,
yeah, hell yeah. I did. I was lucky enough to be in this Russo brothers movie called Cherry.
Fire.
Starring Tom Holland, Michael Gandolfini, Sierra Bravo, this dude named Forrest. Good luck.
Shit, Spider-Man's in it, so it's lit.
Yeah.
Oh, is the movie's already out? I haven't seen this movie.
Yeah, it's already out. It came out on Apple. And by the way, Tom,
so that's why
shouts out to Tom.
Because who the fuck's got Apple Plus?
You're my dog.
Shout out to Apple Plus. Ted Lasso's gas. But
yeah, Ted Lasso's gas. Hey, Cherry is gas. You gotta watch
I gotta check it out. My free what was it? The free trial ran out, so I was like, all right, well, I knocked out Ted Lasso. Now I gotta sign up.
Man,
I'm too busy watching.
you don't get a fire stick and just call it a day, bro. Just come on.
Bro, I got over that shit. Cody trying to links loading, being all fucking slow. I'm like, dude, I'm just going to pay for everything. What am I doing? You'd be like 30 minutes into a fucking bootleg link on your hacked fire stick and the shit would freeze. You'd have to find a new link. It was...
Nah, for sure, pay for the shit, man. Just pay for it. Kev, you got it, bro. Kev, you have it.
I got it.
All right? You got it.
Oh,
I
have everything else. I'm on fucking Paramount Plus watching
get Apple Plus
fucking Yellowstone right now.
Yo, Kev, when you get Apple Plus.
You watch Yellowstone?
I do.
That shit's gas.
It's tight. It's kind of like the real. It's kind of like the real like cowboy version of Succession. That's all. It's Succession with like guns and more alcohol. That's like
Beth Dutton is a fucking gangster ass bitch. Man.
She's lit. She's lit.
I always it was like it's like Sons of Anarchy on horses.
Yeah. It gives me Succession vibes too.
It does, yeah, because of the family aspect and the ranch, and I'm still
little touch of racism in there. It's kind of like Succession.
There's like it's like the Salt Bay, like just enough a little. You know what? This is a great show, but let's it's a lot of white people in Montana. They do got the one black guy who's in the bunkhouse.
Yeah, and you know what? But the thing is, bro never says shit. I'm like, yo.
He doesn't say shit. He's just there, just like we need a black guy in the show.
They're like diversity. Just get one black dude, put him in there, don't have him say nothing. But I do love the show. Hey, Yellowstone, I love the show. I think it's fun.
Kevin Costner's from Compton.
Kevin Costner's from Compton, but Kevin Costner also is from Ventura.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You know, growing up in Ventura, you like everybody's like Kevin Costner. He's like the most lit. He went to Buena High School. He went to the high school that my fiance went to.
Wow.
I actually met Kevin Costner before.
Like in Ventura?
Yeah, in Ventura. We were doing like this Ventura like little I think it was like a benefit concert. And all of a sudden this like kind of like security guard type dude walks up and it's like, hey, you know, Kevin Costner is like here. And I'm like, oh shit, Kevin Costner's right. It's like, yeah, right there. Like you can say hi to him. It's almost like an invitation to say what's up, but not like Kevin Costner wants to say hi to you. Just so you know he's right there, you can talk to him. I'm like, oh shit, you know, I'm kind of nervous. I walk up, I'm like, yo, Kev. I was like, it's nice to meet you, man. I'm calling. He's like, yeah, I know who you are. He's like, yeah, you're Mr. Ventura now. And I was like, wow. I wanted to cry, bro. Kevin Costner called me Mr. Ventura.
You know what's crazy is
not that that's like a title somebody has, but if anybody can give that title out to somebody, it'd be him. For sure him.
Yeah, as much as like Kevin Costner's a legend, Field of Dreams, Dances with the Wolves. If I meet Kevin Costner today, I'm calling him John Dutton.
You can call him John. Yeah, but that's even more lit because that means he's still like if somebody can look at you
like as an actor, Mr. Dutton, can I get a photo?
Straight up, as an actor, if somebody can look at you and call you your character's name, like. Your shit is smacking right then and there in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's crazy because I'm on, now I'm on the radio every night in Ventura. Shout out to Q and Mambo and those guys. And
yes, sir.
But I went and had lunch. Like downtown Ventura is a vibe.
Come on. It's a big vibe.
The water's right there.
Yeah, Ventura is kind of like a special place because it's very, it's like anywhere USA type vibe. It's just very small. It's like it's the only like small town vibe you can catch in like Southern California to me that's like really like special and feels like its own place. There's no place like Ventura.
And when it's like 25 minutes past Calabasas or something?
Yeah, exactly. It's here. Like it's really here, but it's not here. It's its own world, you know?
Yeah, no, it's Ventura's a vibe, man. Like I feel like a lot of people who like, my homie Joey Boy would always tell people like, yo man, you just gotta start telling people to like, have weekend trips to Ventura, like, little staycations and shit.
Staycation? Wait, who's this?
Joey Boy. He used to do
Joey Boy?
He used to be on the radio out there.
Okay. Joey Boy, stop giving up the secrets, bruh. We don't want nobody going up there. We try and keep this shit to ourselves. I'm sorry. Kev, you can come.
Only the Dallas Cowboys are allowed.
Yeah, facts. Ooh, yeah, I used to watch the Cowboys over there all the time, like at practice and whatnot. Remember one time I walked up to Terrell Owens to get like an autographed ball and he kind of like just like gave me like a wave instead, and I was like,
wow, fuck you, T.O.
Fuck you, bro.
Did you get anyone to sign that ball?
I got Mike Vanderjet.
That sounds familiar, but I'm not sure exactly what he did.
Mike Vanderjet was a kicker for the Colts that ruined everything. So, yeah. Not as cool as T.O., but I tried.
What's up, y'all? Got to interrupt the Bootleg Kev podcast. We have a brand new sponsor. And I love this sponsor. I've been giving them my money for a long time. It's about time they gave some back. My bookie. Yes, that's right. If you are a gambler, if you're not a gambler, let me tell you, MyBookie is the best place to go. All right. Super Bowl season is here. Super Bowl 56 is right here. And trust me, MyBookie's double deposit bonus is something you don't want to miss. If you sign up at MyBookie now, use the promo code BOOTLEG, that's BOOTLEG, to have your first deposit matched instantly up to $1,000. So if you put $1,000 in, they'll match your $1,000 and you can get in on all the action for Super Bowl 56. I mean, seriously, Joe Burrow versus Matthew Stafford. The Rams are playing the Super Bowl at home in LA. What does that even mean? Because none of these home games, I've been to them. It's a lot of outdoor fans coming in. The 49ers took that place over twice in the last month. We'll see how the Bengals fans show up. All right, this is the most important game of the year. It's the biggest game of the year, and you can get paid by watching it. MyBookie's giving you everything you need to do it. With that, double your money, you can double your winnings. And the best starting point for the big game is these Super Bowl prop bets. They're fun. Anybody can do these, right? Hey, Mom, what color do you think the Gatorade's going to be that gets spilled at the end of the game? Hey, what about that coin flip? Is it heads or is it tails? Whatever it is Matthew Stafford going to throw a stupid-ass interception? Probably. Is Joe Mixon going to score a touchdown? I like it. I don't know. Get in on that prop bet action. And listen, even if you don't pick on who's going to win, you could be a winner, all right? It's a great look. The prop bets are the most fun for the Super Bowl. So don't miss out. Head to MyBookie. Double your first deposit up to $1,000 by using the promo code BOOTLEG. Place your bets. Get ready for the unmatched excitement for that Super Bowl. That is $1,000 in free money that they will match. So you deposit $1,000, they match $1,000. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Let's get back to the podcast. So you didn't grow up.
I was a very optimistic kid.
Okay, so you grew up a Rams fan, though?
I grew up a Rams fan, yeah.
Which is interesting because most people in LA or in this Southern California region, obviously there are OG Rams fans because the Rams used to be in LA for a period of time. Shout out Eric Dickerson. But
if you're one of them Rams fans, like you must have gray hair to claim that.
Yes.
Like straight up.
Yes. Or like a bunch of tattoos and like, I'm like, I know, this guy's been there.
Yeah.
But then, but what I've been to a lot of Rams games this year and I feel like I call them Rams bros.
Yeah. Rams bros?
Yeah. Cause they're like, they've lived here for like 6 years. They're in Santa Monica or Venice.
Yeah.
And they're like,
yeah. They kick it at Bungalow or whatever that one club is at.
There's a football game, bro. LA's got a team. Bro. Fucking Rams.
Let's go, man. Yeah, there's a lot of those for sure.
And then there's YG, who was a 49er fan.
Yeah, there's a lot. See, this thing about the 49er thing, right? It's like there's a lot of, especially people my age, like what the fuck else were you supposed to root for that entire time?
No, for sure.
Luckily enough, my family is from St. Louis. My mom, my dad, like when I was a little kid, we were watching the Rams, especially because when I was a little kid, they were lit. You know what
Warner,
I mean? Kurt Warner,
greatest show on turf.
Straight up, bro. Marshall Faulk, Isaiah Bruce, like that we were killing it. So I was watching all that shit. But all my homies were all Niner fans or Cowboy fans, which is nasty.
Yeah, because I can imagine in the 805, it's a lot of Cowboys fans.
Hella Cowboys fans and Raiders fans.
Cowboys fans are the most delusional fans in all sports.
Straight up. They don't realize how much they suck.
They're crazy. They're crazy. I actually am not even mad at the Cowboys. Their fans fucking suck.
Yeah, no, their fans are trash. Their fans treat it like they're on a dynasty run right now. And it's like, no, y'all are not.
Yeah.
You're really not.
So you're feeling good about the Super Bowl?
Yeah, of course.
You're going to be there?
Hell no.
You're going to spend $38,000 on a ticket?
Fuck no. Because, I have season tickets for the Rams.
Yeah.
And I looked up like my seat. I get my seats at like face value.
Right.
Because, you know what I mean? And I looked up my seat and that shit is $39,000 a piece.
Oh.
I got 2 of them. And I looked at I was like, baby, we not going. I'm sorry. If you know some other dude that just got in, like you might want to hit him up because we're not going.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because even if I could, like, obviously if you have season tickets, you're not getting Super Bowl tickets, but I'm selling. If I have fucking Rams tickets, I got them at face value for some reason. I'm slinging them things.
Yeah.
What?
But they don't even give you that option, right? I would have loved to sell my shit for $38,000 and not go.
Of course.
Like, when you have season tickets, you don't have access to the Super Bowl tickets.
That's true.
Yeah. You see how cold that is? You don't get access to the Super... Man, Rams, I love y'all, but I have a problem, okay? It's backwards, yo.
So talk about the new album. Give me the meaning behind the title.
Got you. It's not so bad. Yeah, my new album was basically like, it's just a word of affirmation. It's not so bad. It's like something I tell myself a lot. Because in the middle of that pandemic, it was like, damn, life really sucked. At least from, I know for everybody, but like from my own personal experience, like I was really, really hating life. I just dropped See You When I'm Famous. It's like in the middle of the pandemic. I can't go tour. I can't go do shit for it.
Right.
It's like just a lot of whack things at once. But I'm truly an optimist, and I believe like at any given moment you can either see the world as a fucked up place or you can see it as a beautiful thing if you pay attention to small things in your life that are actually meaningful. And that's why I was just telling myself, I'm like, dude, it's not so bad. Like, it's not so bad. There's a bunch, like, I'm in this situation with this label that I don't like, you know, like, it's like I can't promote myself or do anything in the middle of the pandemic. I don't know what to do. But I started focusing on things that just genuinely brought me joy. And I started realizing how much I don't need this situation with this label, how much I don't need all this promotion and, you know, and this tours and these festivals and these things I thought were completing my life so much. It's like, no, I need to like make music and have fun. And I need to remind people that all they need is joy. Right. And so that was the meaning behind the title. It's just a word of affirmation that was helping me. And then with that, when I started making the album, it was like this lo-fi album. And like, it was sad shit. It was like beats to study to. I was for real in the studio. I
love lo-fi music. I just throw that shit on. There's like one where like Homer's driving.
Yeah. So, but I'm in there with like top tier producers like playing like lo-fi beats. Like, yeah, we about to do this shit. It has like 2 sounds in it. They're looking at me like, no, we're not, you know? But I was really like on that. And then I realized like, bro, that's not the superhero version of yourself that you claim to be, you know? Like, you claim to be somebody who's going to help somebody forget about their worries and about their shit and like look on the brighter side. So don't you dare drop this sad ass album in the middle of all this sad ass shit, bro. And so I left LA, I went to Miami because LA just was like so sad at the time. Like, we really took COVID, not that we took it serious because we should all take it serious, but
we kind of took it overboard though.
Yeah, a little bit, you know, a little bit. We took it a little overboard. And Miami was kind of doing the complete opposite.
Oh, like, I went to Miami. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, me too. I was like, yo, this is the best.
I feel like life is normal again.
Bruh, straight up. Life was normal out there. And it just was like kind of like an escape for me. And I went out there and I made as much turnt happy music as I could. And I did it in an environment where I had 15 people in the studio, which I never do. Right? And that's why when I hear this album, I'll go out to the club or something like that, which I never fucking do anyways. But then I'll go out there and I'll hear it played with all this other exciting music and it fits right in for the first time, you know, because a lot of my music is always so personal and so just me by myself in the studio. This shit is vibing because I did it with like 15 people in the studio. Like, hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Kyle. I don't know none of y'all, but I need to have a really good time right now because life fucking sucks back home. Let's make an album. And that's sort of how we did it.
You know, that's how I've been in the studio with Game a few times the last month, and it's a lot of fucking people in there, man.
Rappers be operating like that.
No. I've been to a lot of sessions over the years. I mean, maybe thousands. Nah, not 1,000. Damn. Maybe 1,000. Maybe like 500. But
if you've been to thousands of sessions over the years,
I mean, you know, I have a couple artists I work with
5 a week.
But like, the Game had like a legitimate like 50, 60 people in the studio, and I
wanted to guess. I was gonna be like,
it was a lot, bro.
Yeah,
and like maybe like 5 of them were actually contributing to like the music.
Yeah,
people hitting hookah, fucking drinking. Like, I'm like, this shit is fucking crazy. It's like Playhouse in here.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck is going on?
But see, there's a look for me. Like, I always thought that shit was weird.
But I think it adds like for him, like wherever he is creatively right now, like that's like the
but it's juice though. Yeah. It helps because. Like, yeah, like for me, like I always thought this shit was weird. I'm like, how the fuck can y'all focus about like telling like this really personal story in front of all these people? And that's the key though. Like when you have other people in there and music is loud on 2 big ass speakers, everything you're doing is impacting their mood. So if you turn around and you see these 60 people all just fucking chilling on their phone, like, you know, if their vibe is fucked up, that's because the music you're making is not geared for entertaining large amounts of people at once, you know? So it's like a cheat code, kind of, in a way. Like you need to have other people in there and you captivate their vibe. Like my fiance, she's a DJ.
Right.
And the homie that A&R'd this project, Just Demi, is a DJ. And so I have them set up in the lobby, right, with 2 big ass speakers and mixers. Now y'all are going to DJ in the lobby. And so when people walk in
to the studio.
Yes.
Wow.
When people walk in, Keaton is making them a drink, right? Every 60 minutes, everybody in the studio needs to take a shot. This is a rule. If you're not taking this shot, you're leaving. You know what I mean? Unless for whatever reason you don't drink, it's part of your religion, some shit like that. But you're going to take the shot because we're making party music. We're making music to help people forget about their problems. So if you don't want to be in here where the studio is at, where we're making in the lobby, there's loud ass music and you taking a shot out there too. So everybody is entering this sort of zone of like, this is a party, you know?
Side note, I wish it was kind of the SoundCloud days because you could just throw the lo-fi album out just to
see.
Just like, yo, let's.
I mean, the lo-fi album is there. I could put it out. Like
you're independent now, right?
I can literally do that.
Some of your hardcore like fans are going to be in the comments like, yo, we want to hear the fucking lo-fi album, man.
I'm be like, I'll give it to y'all. It's sad.
Yeah,
but you know.
Yeah. Do you feel like now that like, you know, because when you were independent, the industry was way different, right? Like, it'd be fair to say that you built a lot of your following on YouTube, right?
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah. But like just in general, you know, back then it was, you could still purchase stuff on iTunes. Their streaming wasn't as big in that was like, what, 2013,
that was like
2012?
2013, yeah, 2012.
Being independent now that the industry has changed so much is like, are you having to still kind of, I mean, you know, the music industry, you have very smart people around you, but like, what are the things that you're practicing now to try to kind of repeat the success that you had, you know, back then?
That's a really good question. I think the industry has changed big time. I think back in the day, it was about like brand personality on YouTube, right? Because YouTube is a video of this guy. Do we think this guy's cool? What's his story? What's he look like? Where's he from? You know, like you capture all these things because everybody's so heavily on YouTube. And now in the streaming era, it's kind of more like, all right, does this sound out of these 50,000 songs I listen to, does it capture me? And so I think the name of the game now is really focusing on your micro fan base, right? Your fan base is this.
Super serving them, yeah.
Your fan base is this. My fan base is this. Like, I'm a very famous person. Like, when I walk...
Yeah, your monthly listeners are fucking huge on Spotify.
When I walk down the street, like, people are going to recognize me type shit.
Visually, you're also very unique. People are like, oh, it's the guy with the great hair. And I saw him on Netflix.
This is what I'm talking about. So it's here. And then, but I can't focus on this in today's world, right? I have to focus on this smaller amount of people that are really into everything I do. I need engaged. I need to super serve them.
They're buying merch. They're
buying everything. They're keeping things afloat. I need to super serve them. And as I'm super serving them, something will raise its hand and then appeal to all these people.
That's how you do it.
And that's kind of what I notice in today's independent game. It's because the music is easy to make. The music don't cost nothing to make, you know? Yeah. So it's about dropping as much quality product as you can to these people who fuck with you. And then
if something breaks out of that, awesome.
Then you're on. Yeah.
Yeah, but those people are going to be who keep your lights on. They're going to pay the bills. I always tell every artist that. I'm like, yo, if you got a core fucking fan base, like feed them what they want and then something's going to break through.
Exactly.
If you're independent, like it only makes sense. Like, you know, at the end of the day, the name of the game is to support yourself off of music.
Straight up. Support yourself off of songs. And in the streaming world, that's what you do. You upload the song and it immediately starts paying you. In the YouTube world where I came from, it's like, no, you build as big of a brand as you can and you go on tour and that's what pays you. Music didn't pay nobody.
Right.
You know, so now it's like, and these people love you. They'll listen to everything. So give them as much as possible and tap in with them. Like I'm on Patreon. I'm on Twitch.
Oh, you're on Patreon?
Discord. I'm on all that shit. Because these people, me and them, we are friends.
I haven't heard of many artists on Patreon. So kind of, because obviously in the podcast space, it's a lot of podcast creators that go on Patreon. It's kind of like OnlyFans, but without pussy and tits, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's OnlyFans without being hypersexualized.
Yes. So like if you have a dope podcast, you might some people will be on Patreon and they might do a bonus episode, or they might have like, you might get the episode before everyone else type shit. How do you use it?
So what I do is I just give them the music first. If I have a song that's coming out next month, they have it right now. You know, like, not for nothing. And I know this is going to piss people off. They had the album like a day and a half in advance, the whole thing, every song, mastered, the whole shit. And I gave it to them first. I'm not getting none of them plays recorded. I'm not, none of that. You know, those streams aren't counting for anything except for their excitement and their enjoyment. So I try to give them as much shit as possible first.
And you're monetizing that probably at a better rate than you're monetizing streams.
Damn. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. Facts.
So like, yeah, fuck the streams. Like these people are paying, how much you charge a month?
$5 a month. Yeah.
Is there different tiers or just one tier?
There's different tiers.
So what's the highest tier?
I believe the highest tier is $15, I think. And it just comes with higher levels of access. You know, more shit I can give you before I can give it to anybody else.
That's big. You get enough people doing that, there's, you know. You
get enough people doing that, and once again, you don't have to worry about taking no advance from nobody, you know? Being
in some shitty loan situation.
And really what it was for me, too, is realizing, oh, I'm massively successful in music, right? Mm-hmm. Like, iSpy is a billion something stream song, you know, maybe going towards 2 or some shit like that. You know, Playing With Me has like almost 500 million streams. Like, Hey Julie is another gold or platinum record. Like, there's massive success. But in order for me to be truly like rich as fuck, I need to be doing all that shit independently by myself. You know,
that's real.
That's how you actually reach like masterpiece status or somebody like that who's genuinely wealthy off their music. You need to just do it yourself. And in today's world, I have these people who are supporting me, who love me, my homies, right? This is my family. We're going to keep things afloat no matter what, whether I'm up, down, sideways. Right. And then I have all this endless amount of music that I can release without having to go through all this yellow tape. I can just drop record after record after record. And when something waves its hand to the masses, cool. If
and it doesn't, you keep all of the money.
Exactly. Exactly. And all I got to do is make TikToks, honestly.
Because I can imagine like, okay, so hey, we got to start the podcast, man, real quick. Appreciate y'all for watching. Really mean it. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, even if you're one of those dickheads who leaves a comment. Yo, why are you always interrupting the guests? Because it's my fucking podcast. And I don't know. I like to talk too. Anyway. Hey, shout out to Odd Socks, man. They've been our sponsor from day one. We go hard for Odd Socks always, man. Literally go hard for my wife, and I go hard for Odd Socks in different and same kinds of ways. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I go hard in Odd Socks. They do make boxers. You feel me? Anyway, listen, they got the ill licenses. They got the Breaking Bad. They got the WWE, they got Mountain Dew, they got fucking Swedish Fish, fucking Kool-Aid, Pez, you know, Cheech and Chong. What are you into? The Odd Socks basics are the boys, though. That's my favorite. You know, you get yourself a nice pair of just basics. They're comfy. It's like walking on clouds. All right, so you can save 20% off if you go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code BootlegKev. That's one word, BootlegKev. All together at checkout, 20% off oddsocksofficial.com. Go show some love and let's get back to the interview. Atlantic Records, like we just saw, I mean, there's been a lot of people, just not even Atlantic, but just specifically like the major label game is like, there's a reason why companies like Empire are thriving and, you know, some of these distro companies that offer label services because they're giving you like a serious, like, shit, you got more of the chunk of the pie than anyone.
Than them. And that's how it should be. And I would say too, sorry, I'll let you finish.
No, go ahead.
I would say too, I'm not anti like company. You know what I mean? I'm anti royalty shares and master ownings being so in favor of this company for you to essentially still do all the work.
Yeah, because there's people who like, you know, if you do a major label deal and they give you 13% of your album, that's like amazing. That's like, whoa.
People are like, oh, you're killing it.
but that's like not even the norm. Like some people like, they'll be lucky to get 8 points on their own shit.
Which is crazy. If you get smacked like that, now you're pulling up to the office ready to scrap.
It's like, what are we doing? Like, well, you know, like YG just talked about it on LeBron shit. He was on LeBron's HBO show and he was saying how he's never gotten a check off his royalties yet. Like his whole career.
It's crazy.
It's just advance,
man. And that's cap, because that shit is crazy, bro. Because when I think about somebody like YG, who, like me being from Southern California, has been a literal staple in my like young adult life since I was like 15.
For sure.
Right? Since I was a child, like we wanted to dress like YG, listen to YG, be like YG. For somebody to be that successful for so long and still never gotten a royalty thing, like, it's fucking so ridiculous, because as rich as he is, he's had to have made them 10 times
well, it's just that
as rich as that.
It's that advanced thing, right? It's like, okay, if I turn in an album, I get, you know, whatever you worked out individually, you know? So it's like some people, I don't know. I think like the industry is starting to smarten up. Artists are starting to realize, like, I know some people who will just pass on the advance and be like, no, I'm good. Like, you know.
Just do the service.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. So that's dope. So are you just doing straight TuneCore, straight DistroKid, or?
Nah, so I'm like still uploading things through like DistroKid and stuff like that. But still, I'm working with a company that's really just my managers, and it's independent, and they're my managers.
Yeah.
And they're pitching to Spotify
Playlists
and pitching to playlists and shit like that. And that's all we're doing.
That's dope.
And then all the same services that like a major company was doing or hiring out, I'm just going to those people
because you know
dolo and hiring them myself, right? I'm hiring the press team, hiring the digital marketing team. Like, there's still a team around it, but
there's no reason why you can't pay for it for yourself. Also, hello, not even a major label can guarantee you a spot on a fucking playlist. All they can do is fucking pitch it as well.
Exactly.
Now these people might listen a little bit, you know.
Well, they listen way stronger. I'll say that. Even me putting this album out, I'm like, oh, y'all are listening way stronger to that. Like I said, I think all companies, I think that they're awesome. I just think that what they do is awesome. I just think that the business needs to be way more in favor of the artist, because so much of the job is way more on the shoulder of the artist.
It's all of it is on you.
I got to go on Instagram and make this shit blow up.
You got to be fucking on TikTok. You got to do everything. And then they're just going to come through with a canister of gasoline. And then once you have the fire going.
Once you have the fire. But
you got to start the fire yourself.
Exactly. So
it's like, if I got to start the fire myself, my G, I'm going to need some more of this money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if I start the fire myself, I'll just go fuck with somebody else and just be like, oh, look, I got this fire now. Put some gasoline on it. This is what I'm offering you, a fraction of the thing to put the gasoline on it, and let's make it make sense. But you got to get out of that first situation to even have the power to do that. You know, I'm really not anti-company. I'm anti the business of how much they're taking on it.
Was it easy for you to break away? Like, did you just fulfill your contractual obligations, or did you ask to leave?
I asked to leave, and it was easy to break away because, like I said, the people there, we have a good relationship. Like, I love them. They love me. And it was always easy to work. It was never like static. Like, I never had like, fuck the label moment. I never did that because they're people. They're people doing their jobs, you know?
Right.
That's it. They're really just people doing their jobs. Just the business of it wasn't right. So I'm like, yo, you know, and by the way, my song was so massive that my fucking advance checks are crazy.
I can imagine.
So do y'all really want to?
Do you want me to turn another album in?
You want me to turn me another album in? You cut me this fat ass check? Like, what do you want to do? You know what I mean? And I was also kind of like making lo-fi music at the time. So
yeah,
probably
look, y'all want this lo-fi album or what?
Yeah, nah, we don't actually. And it's cool because I kind of want to move on too. So it's like, it's love, you know? It was good. It was actually really seamless, really easy.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Well, the album is
I've heard horror stories.
Are you doing anything else that you could talk about coming up?
Yeah, bro. I mean, first of all, album is out. It's the hottest album of the year, okay? Let's just call it
January.
What it is, man.
Well, it's February now.
It's February so far. We got the hottest album. And yeah, I'm going on tour for this album, and the tour starts in March. So
are you excited to get back on the road?
Fuck yeah. I'm excited to just see people
and how they react to the music. And
I haven't done that in so long. And like, as you noted, from like 2012 is kind of when I started my independent grind. That whole time was just supported by like 10 people, 30 people, 100 people, 400 people, 1,000 people, 5,000 people, 40,000 people at a show who are connecting. Like,
and your live show is dope as fuck. Like, I think I feel like I might have saw you at South by. I think I don't know when we first met. It was like 2012 or 2013.
I think it was South by.
But there was when you opened up for G on which tour was that?
That was the
You had like inflatables in the.
These things happened to her. And I had these big ass palm tree inflatables.
Yes. Yeah.
And I would come out on the boogie board.
Yeah. You came out on the boogie board. Yep. So yeah, it's just, I mean, congrats. The tour's March.
March. Yes.
How many dates?
I think it's like 30 dates.
Oh shit. You out here.
Bro, come on, man.
Come on, man. It's been a while. Cause it's been at least 2.5, 3 years since you've been on the road?
At this point, it's been 3.5 years since I've been on the road, which is kind of like a fucking time vortex portal. You know, it's almost like my career, I have like a career, I'm doing my thing. It's like going, then COVID happens and you fast forward it's like 3 years up and disappeared.
Do you find it easier now? Cause like you're someone who came up with a cult following. I feel like sometimes when you have as much success as you've had with a record, it's easy to kind of deviate away from like those people you were talking about.
Yeah.
Did you feel like, I've seen it happen with a lot of artists, right? Like, I won't say names, but you know, people who just had huge records but they kind of came up a certain way. Did you feel like it was a little bit harder for you to kind of super serve your like OG hardcore like fans?
Yeah, you know what it's like? This is a perfect analogy. It's like, imagine you throw a party, right? And you're all there and it's a party and everybody loves it. We have this Kyle Super Duper Gang party going on and it's just those people are there. And then somebody leaks the address and then 20,000 motherfuckers show up.
And then
and now all these people are in the party and you have to pour all of them drinks and like it seems like to your core fan base like, oh, maybe he doesn't care about us as much, because when they come to the Kyle concert now the same way you said the Rams bros are coming to the Rams game, when they're there now they're shoulder to shoulder with the Kyle brothers just fucking going crazy.
Play iSpy, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that it's not that it was hard to super serve them. I mean, well, it was, because there's yellow tape I got to go through with the records I'm releasing and all this shit. So I think it was a little harder to connect with them, just them. But that's what's so great about the place I'm in right now. I feel like I'm back to like, hey, what's up, y'all? Oh my God, that was a blur, COVID, all that shit. Like, I love y'all and I love you guys for letting me just make music and be me. I'm so ready to do that with y'all again. You know what I mean?
That's dope. Well, there it is, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Go check out the album.
Check out the album. It's not so bad. It's out right now.
Tom Holland, a nice guy.
Tom Holland that's my homie. Shouts out Tom. He is the coolest.
That's like your peeps, huh?
That's my dog. Yeah. He's great. Like,
you ever hang out with him and Zendaya at the same time?
You know what? I actually only kicked it with Zendaya once. It was at his he had like it was like a movie after, it was like a really, really tiny little gathering. But I got like super lit. So
nice.
I think I embarrassed myself actually. I think I like tried to get on a table and perform iSpy or some shit. It was like,
yo, you guys want me to do iSpy because I'm here?
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Hey, I'm here, by the way. Y'all know
the song, right?
Yeah, y'all know the song. Yeah, I was like smashed. So yeah, but nah, he's great. Every time I'm in London, he shows me a good time and like
I ran into Zendaya at a Best Buy in Atlanta.
No way.
Yeah, she was in line in front of me. And she had this really tiny little white security guard, but he looked like he's a murderer.
Yeah, that's how you know you're cracking. Yeah. Your security guard looked like a normal bro. But
and I was like, I just finished like Euphoria, and I was like, hey, Zendaya, I fuck with you. Like,
yeah,
they should give you a fucking Emmy for that shit. You know? She was like, oh, thank you. I was like, all right, we'll go buy your hard drive.
Yeah.
There it is, man. Shout out to the homie Kyle. Go check the album out. Bootleg Cash Show. Boom.
Let's go.
Fire.